The No More Heroes series has been missing in action for a while now. The last entry in the series, No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle, launched for the Wii all the way back in 2010, and since then we've had nothing. Judged by those metrics, Travis Strikes Again is every bit a true successor to the original games. Back Again is Travis Touchdown, every bit as wacky as he ever was, if not more so. What has changed, however, is the actual gameplay part of the equation. This actually ties into Travis Strikes Again's premise. Tired of the constant bloodlust of the assassin's underworld, Travis has retired to a trailer in the Texan countryside, so he can live life a little and stop to smell the flowers, or, video games in his case. His tranquil existence is brought to an end when he's hunted down by Badman, the father of an assassin Travis took down in the original game. Badman and Travis form an uneasy alliance as they look to hunt down over half a dozen legendary games for a cancelled video game console that never got beyond the prototype stage, since doing so grants you a wish, and it will allow Badman to wish his daughter back to life. A large part of the gameplay in Travis Strikes Again is you playing through these in-game games. Travis and Badman can insert themselves into these in-game games and play through them. The games themselves are varied and glorious homages to retro 8 and 16-bit games, as well as some old-school arcade classics. We get Sega CD-style FMV games, we get 2.5D side-scrolling brawlers, overhead action games, vector racing games in the vein of Tron, and so on, with special shouts going to the murder mystery puzzle action game with Sega CD FMVs and the racing game RPG as standouts. New to Travis Strikes Again are special skills you can equip to one of the face buttons, which can give you an edge in battle, but which must be hunted down in the form of skill chips in the game's worlds, thus giving you an incentive to not just beat on enemies, but also to stop and go off the beaten path a bit. The core combat loop of light attacks and heavy attacks tends to get a bit shallow, especially as you move on later into the game, but thankfully the gimmicks of the different video games you're playing through tend to keep things fresh there, even as the combat itself ends up taking, surprisingly enough, a bit of a back seat. A second part of the game involves a full-fledged graphic adventure that plays out like a visual novel, called Travis Strikes Back, no confusion here, and sees you try to find the remainder of the legendary games you and Badman need. Travis starts out with only one. These segments are presented as Metal Gear-style codec windows in an old-school phosphoric green hue, and feature the cleverest writing in the game, with some great humour and fourth wall breaking. They're also the sections that actually move the larger narrative of the game forward, and serve to actually flesh out Travis, Badman, and the other players in this play. They can be quite long, but serve to provide a nice distraction from the relentless action of the video games you need to play through. Travis Strikes Again is a substantial experience. The game clocks in at over 10 hours, which makes it as long as the Wii games, but ends up featuring more variety than either of those games did. It also features 2 playable characters, Travis and Badman, each with a different gameplay style, and full support for co-op play as well. It looks absolutely gorgeous too, with the retro games looking incredibly sharp while retaining the spirit and essence of the originals that they're based on, and performance for the game never seems to slow down. For long-time Travis fans, series staples such as shaking the controller to charge your katana, Robin Atkin Downes' turn as Travis, or taking a leak to save the game is all present here too. And while the camera perspective is a big shift, Travis Strikes Again never feels lesser than the previous titles. It's not No More Heroes 3, but it's a surprisingly full-featured and fleshed out game, featuring some genuinely clever writing and extremely meaty gameplay, as well as a whole lot of variety, something the older games always struggled with. Fans of Travis Touchdown need no longer wait. True to what it says on the tin, in this game, Travis strikes again, and boy does it turn out to be worth it.
And that wraps it up. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing to our channel. We upload new videos daily. Also, don't forget to switch on the bell notification icon, that way you don't miss out on any of our videos.